Ubisoft never ceases to impress me. And by impress me, I mean impress me with their absolute stupidity. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle. And yes, PC gamers roast Star Wars Outlaws after system requirements revealed. Oh my god, I could not care less what side of the culture war you're on with this one. Whether you're woke, whether you're anti-woke, whether you're right down the middle and just want to play good goddamn games. This is astonishing. What it takes to play this game at 60 FPS with the most optimized visuals is downright embarrassing, especially for a game where the main character looks like a dude, doesn't capture the model whatsoever, especially for a game that just is all these ugly shades of brown, is dropping frames, where the explosions look like something out of a Grand Theft Auto game on PS2. Ubisoft should be ashamed. But of course they're French, so they don't feel shame. We're talking about the same people that have raised more white flags than Amish people have raised barns. So yeah, we're going to get into this article. Before we do, hit that subscribe button, because I'm a nerdy news channel that covers nerdy news every day. And everyone is banding together to just, unless you are the most ardent of either Ubisoft or Disney Star Wars shills, both of which do exist, both of which are equally as worthless as the French. PC gamers did not hold back their disdain for Ubisoft and Star Wars Outlaws after Ubisoft announced their system requirements. On the official Star Wars Outlaws website, Ubisoft revealed the recommended specifications to achieve 60 FPS at 1080p require an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti or an AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT or better graphics card. Now, to put this in perspective for you guys, maybe you're not a PC gamer. I run on an AMD Radeon 5600. I was able to run the Resident Evil 4 remake at full specs with minimal to no issues. There were some minimal issues, I'll say. And those mostly those issues stemmed from when I was streaming the game as opposed to when I was just playing it solo. So yeah, I'm running on a, slightly outdated graphics card, but one that is still beefy, is still just damn good at what it does. I never have issues with modern games. And the fact that this dog shit, to run at 60 FPS and 1080p, will require new top-of-the-line specs is honestly hilarious. The graphics preset will need to be set to high, with the upscaler set to quality. The minimum requirements are an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 AMD RX 5600 XT, again, which is what I run. So I've got the minimum. Again, I never have issues running games. None. I've downloaded so many games, and I can run them beautifully and gorgeously, and my rig will have to run this game, supposedly, at low settings. Guys, I watched the IGN footage. It was already looking like the settings were pretty low, and I assume that when they were running this info for IGN, they had everything maxed out, topped out, looking good. At least for them, looking good. The fact, now, I wasn't going to buy this game anyway. A, because Disney Star Wars is the devil. B, Ubisoft is the second in command, the Azazel to the devil's army. And 3, just because the modern game industry is dead, dying, and frankly, I can't wait to see it fall even faster. But for those that, for whatever reason, were going to purchase this game, whether it be for the $70 base rate to play it 3 days late, or, spend that full $130 to play it on time, because there's no such thing as 3 days early. If the game is ready to go, that's the day it will be coming out. For those that were going to be stupid enough to shell out either one of those dollar amounts, yeah, I hope you got yourself a top-of-the-line rig to play this game, and it's still probably not function properly because it is a day one release, and it is a Ubisoft game. Let's see, what else we got? The higher requirements are NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070, or AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT or better. This provides 1440p and 60 FPS with a high graphics preset, upscaler still set to quality. And finally, the Ultra system requirements are the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080, AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX or better. This provides 2160p and 60 FPS. I hate to break it to you. This game probably going to look better in 1080p than in 2160p, because in 2160p, you'll probably be able to tell that it's a Disney Star Wars game, and I can't think of any fate worse than that, with graphics preset set to ultra and upscaler set to quality. On that gameplay, YouTuber Stone Loki detailed that in order to play a game via the minimum requirements, PC players will have to shell out at least $1,200 at the recommended level. He explained it would cost at least $1,528. Tell me in what world you can justify $1,528 for a dogshit Disney Star Wars game made by Ubisoft full of modernity. I challenge you, I defy you to make that seem justifiable and reasonable. At the highest specifications, it would cost at least $1,645, and finally he detailed that in order to play it in 4K, it will cost you $2,362, which, to be fair, is about how much money the Acolyte made. So he knows the graphics card costs $1,099 in order to play the game in 4K. Gamers are not enthused by these requirements, and to be fair, gamers are not enthused by this game. I mean, you didn't need the system requirements to come out for us to be like, yup, that's bullshit. This game is going to be ass. There's no redeeming quality whatsoever. We all saw her backhand that stormtrooper's helmet and knock him unconscious because the Force is female. Oh, but Leon, this character doesn't even use the Force. Even worse! One player on X wrote, I hope this game looks much better than the trailers. Otherwise, this performance is just laughable. Oh, there's so much about this game that's laughable, my friend. Another added, not much confidence in this game if in any capacity, unfortunately. Doubt any form of acceleration can really fix underlying perf. Another posted, bruh, 1440p 60 FPS on 3080 or 6800 XT at quality mode? What the fuck is this bullshit? How the fuck do these cards go for 1440p ultra native 60 FPS to upscaler dependent cards? It's lazy. There's no better way to put it. This is laziness in the development process. They are effectively doing the bare minimum than saying, we trust you gamers to have some nice, awesome, expensive, fancy rigs to pick up our slack so that we don't have to put in work. Which makes sense because Ubisoft has a large majority of female workers, and, well, let's be real, women in the workplace, they do tend to, take things the easy way. Like, it is what it is. Is my misogynistic moment. I get one every episode. I'm gonna just blame this on the women running Ubisoft. Flora Misitao, just something, added frame gen / upscalers were supposed to bring more performance, and the end of the tech is used to fix piss poor performance. Again, it's because it's laziness. That's what this boils down to. Ubisoft is a lazy company coasting on their game, knowing that they can release an Assassin's Creed a year, and there are a bunch of dumb sheep that will buy it, and it will keep them afloat, and they can do the bare minimum to get by with all the other releases until then. Even with a Star Wars game, which is a brand that has already been diluted because of the piss poor attention Disney's been giving it, and they are only going to ruin it further because there was a time in history. Some of you might be too young to remember this. You may not know, but back in the late 90s through the mid, I would wager even late 2010s or early 2010s, Star Wars games were some cream of the crop games. I mean, you had Episode 1, Racer, you had Shadows of the Empire. The Revenge of the Sith game was a licensed Star Wars movie tie-in that was good. You had the Battlefront games. Of course, you had the KOTOR games. You had Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I could go on and on and on. Yes, of course, you had your, Masters of Terra Kasai in there now and again. I get it. But at the end of the day, Star Wars games were more or less synonymous with quality. I mean, we got the HD remaster of Star Wars Bounty Hunter coming out, and as much as I loathe Disney, dude, I'm gonna get it because it's Star Wars goddamn Bounty Hunter, which is one of the best Star Wars games of all time. Definitely one of my favorite PS2 games. I want to play it on PC and HD and kind of just see how it holds up, see how it goes, and I'll give you my thoughts. But the fact is, Star Wars nowadays, they ain't synonymous with that no more. And Ubisoft certainly ain't helping the reputation when they are just being lazy in the development process. Still, another added, frame gen technique is a cop-out move by dev to not optimize their game. The laziness mindset gonna ruin gaming for sure. What do you mean gonna ruin gaming? It's already been ruined. That's why you think we're just ragging on Concord because we're a bunch of racist, misogynistic bigots? Yes, we are, but it's also just bad game. Like, let's be real. Let's call it for what it is. The user, the MoMA, also stated, I need to know why you're still talking about upscaling for $1,000 GPUs if you can't make your game run at 60 FPS, no, not 300, this isn't an esports title, on the best hardware available. You need to go back and optimize. Look, you're asking for the French to do more work. Bro, they got more important shit to do, like eat cheese, eat baguettes, watch bad romance films, and probably commit a few sexual assaults that are for whatever reason considered romantic in their culture. That's the best that I got. I mean, I really don't know why people are acting like this is some big shock. We're talking about Ubisoft. Again, culture war stuff aside, oh man, more masculine females in Star Wars, more black samurai, more woke this, ideology that, yeah, Ubisoft got all that, but they're also just a shitty fucking company that make bad games that, let's be real, they're trying to sell you for $130, putting Battle Pass in single-player open-world games. Are you up your nut? Are you out your gourd? Like, there was... People are acting now like they're upset. No, you're wrong. People have been acting like they were upset about this game since it was announced. I can respect it. I can respect it. But maybe, I don't know. To me, this comes as literally no surprise. It's just sort of hilarious. Looking at these, these posts on X... Some of these folks seem like they're genuinely surprised by this, and they're like, oh, well, this is the breaking point. This is why I'm not going to buy the game, which by all means, kudos to you. You found something that's going to make you not buy it. We've been trying to tell you this for a couple months, but hey, at least you finally crossed that finish line. And you know what? It's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please just subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the video game industry, although that is a lot of what I'm covering lately, but also anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity. Diversity of thought. So if that's interesting to you, join that subscribe button, join the Discord, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.